So this morning I came out for a swim. Nice. It was a little chillier this morning. The temperature says it dropped. I don't know about dropping. I just saw a record high for the next 2 days, an excessive heat wave. I don't know, whatever that means. But I felt like it was a little cool, but it felt really good. I didn't get to come in at all yesterday. It was just a long work day. So it was nice to swim. Got my shower, got ready, and realized like I usually wear, I wear my little capri leggings usually under everything, but when it's hot I wear I'm gonna call them like biker shorts. That's what they used to be called. I don't even know what they call them now, but they're they're like above your knee, and I think I have 5 or 6 pairs, and so I realized I was out and I had like 1 pair left, so I'm like, ooh, I better do my laundry. So I'm gonna grab my laundry here, throw that in. And then the towel, all I did was step on it and walk in the house. So instead of washing it, I'll use it again for stepping back in the house, doing the same thing later on today when I come out in the afternoon for a swim. So I'm just gonna hang that back outside and open my blinds up here and get my coffee roll. Maddie filled my coffee things and got a new flavor out. I think last time we had the fudge one. I think it was salted caramel fudge maybe, or something fudge. It was really good, but this time it was the pecan one. It tastes really, really good. I love a nutty coffee. I think that tastes really, really good. So that was delicious, and it's really hot, so I'm gonna let that sit here, and then I'm gonna go head outside for a few minutes and water my plants while it's sunny. Okay, plants, I'm having hopefulness for my plants here. The cucumbers are doing really good. They are getting nice and full and big. My big giant one here it's still growing. It's still growing. Even though the leaves look like they're dying, it is still growing. So I'm taking the advice to water them more and kind of shade them out of the sun. I mean, it still gets sunny here and it still gets really hot here, so I'm not afraid of it not getting sun. But putting them over here in this corner, I feel like they're thriving so much better here. But I mean, give it some time, we'll see. But they're growing good, so I've just got it. I'm just going to really water them very well, because I think some said to not watering too much, you're watering too less, and I feel like you need to water them more here because it is so hot. It does get so warm, so they seem to be doing better that way. And then coming to the ones by my house here, the big tall ones are my tomatoes, so I'm hopeful for these ones too. Someone said lots of water and lots of sun. I don't know about the lots of sun. I feel like the lots of sun burned them, but maybe I burned them from my spraying them. I don't know. I mean, it's still sunny here. I can always pull them around the front and let them sit in the sun. I'll kind of see how they do here after I cut their branches off a little bit and let them keep growing, see how they do. And then all these little ones everything's just like peppers and lettuce, and I do have some kale popping up. I was really surprised to have that. And then we have a little mango seed. The tree is actually growing from the seed. I've got one growing, one is slowly going. So I'm like, okay, we'll take it. And then I'm gonna go back inside here, and first thing I gotta do is get Maxine her bone for the day. Every day she gets herself a dog bone. So she takes it, she puts it in her mouth, runs around the living room I don't know where I'm gonna go. Sometimes she walks in my room, but ultimately she jumps up on the couch here and eats her bone. Creature of habit. Now I'm gonna put together Greg's lunch. Simple bologna and bread. And Miracle Whip. And if I got a tomato in here, I'll put a tomato on it as well. And then I do have canned fruit cocktail, and I'll put a drink in here for him. That's a simple, easy lunch. I'm looking at my clock and I'm like, okay, I have a little bit of time before I gotta head out the door. So I am gonna whip together stuff for breakfast. I'm gonna do, you know what I'm gonna do? Chocolate bean donuts. Chocolate bean donuts, I know. They're yummy and delicious. I have garbanzo beans in the freezer to use up, so I might as well use them. So I'll just get the ingredients out. So for this recipe, I am going to double it. So I'm gonna take 3/4 cup of chocolate chips. I'm gonna put it in the microwave here and melt it. And I'm gonna make 2 times, but this is just the original recipe. It's 1 cup of garbanzo beans, 1/2 cup of unsweetened almond milk, any kind of milk is going to work for this. 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of vanilla, a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 cup of sugar. Put this in a blender and just let it grind up nice and small. My garbanzo beans were a little bit frozen because I pulled them out of the freezer last night, so I just rinsed them off just to break them apart here. And mine were a little bit over double the recipe, so I just added like a little bit extra, very little bit extra of each ingredient. And then as I'm mixing it, I'm like, let me add a little bit of milk to this too. So this is good. Let me check on my chocolate chips. And then you take your chocolate chips. I did 3 cups, 3/4 of a cup. I doubled it, put it in the microwave, and so it's all melted. I'm gonna stir this. You pour your blender stuff in here, and then you're going to add a cup of flour and just stir it together. I'm just going to spray my pan here with some nonstick cooking spray. And then I'm going to get out my piping bags. Whoever bought these for me, it's been years. I don't even know if you still watch my channel, but it's been a long time. I'm going to say over 2-3 years, probably 3 years. I'm still using the same one she got me. I think there was 100 in the pack, and we make bean donuts a lot. So these have lasted for a long, long time. So I just like using them here because they work good. And then the trick, everyone said, put them in a cup. And I'm like, that didn't make sense, because when I would put them in a cup, I would think they were just not tall enough. Well, I realized it doesn't matter. It just holds the form. So you can do it in a shorter cup and then just fold the sides down, and it does work. Once you start mixing up the dough, if you let it sit for a minute, or the batter, not the dough, it kind of gets a little bit thicker, so I was having a hard time pouring. If you mix it up real quick, don't have to adjust a camera stand, then it's easy just to pour right into the bags. And then just pipe it in, and I've got, how many's in here? Is it 24 donuts? I didn't even count. And then I'll have that, and I'll have a few extra left over because I kind of did a little bit extra. So this is great. Put them in the oven bake them at 350 for about 10 minutes. While that first batch is cooking, I'm just gonna go flip my laundry real quick. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna make some Subway sub buns today too, because I think we'll do some kind of subs for dinner. I'm not sure what, just using what we have. Maybe a chicken one, maybe they make pizza ones, I don't know. I'm not sure yet, but I know I'm gonna make the sub bread and try to do it. Last time I did, I had to get in and out the door, and so it seems like some were fluff, some were not. They were delicious, everybody ate them, but I feel like I want to do them again. So I'm getting my ingredients on, I realized, you know what, I didn't put any salt in those donuts, which is okay. It tasted good. It's one of those things you forgot about, but it's all good. So I'm going to end up putting this in my bread machine, but I want to mix it a little bit because my bread machine's not huge. This is where you should use a mixer with a dough hook, but another day, another time. So I'm going to be leaving, so I don't want to just leave this sitting out. So I'm going to mix most of it up by hand so I can put it in the bread machine so it can do its mixing and rising while I'm gone, which will be really nice. So in this bowl here, I am adding, the great thing about the sub bread, you can just literally throw it all together. Like regular dough for bread, you should kind of mix your yeast in, let it proof, and then add everything. This, you just throw it all together. So it's 3 cups of warm water, 4 tablespoons, yes, tablespoons of yeast, 1/4 cup of sugar, then I mix that up, and then it's 1/3 cup of oil, a tablespoon of salt, and 2 eggs, and 1/3 cup of instant potato flakes. I am doing a little bit over because I only have a tiny little bit. And then note to self to get more instant potato, because that is not on my regular grocery list, and I forgot there's a few recipes that I do want to use this for. Then you're going to mix in about 7.5 cups of bread flour. Regular flour works just fine. So I'm going to mix as much as I can here, put it in the bread maker, and then the rest I can just add to that. Usually you can do about half by mixing it by yourself without having to knead it. So I was able to add about 6 cups of flour to that, and that's pretty good for, I'll let it mix in there, and I'll add probably another cup before I head out the door. I'm gonna wash these dishes real quick. Okay, my goal is to get those washed really quick before I gotta head out the door. And I'm looking at my time and I'm like, do I have a few more minutes to get the next batch in the oven? So I'm hopeful that these donuts will come out real nice out of the pan so I can put the next batch in, because it'll be, I gotta leave in about 16 minutes. Always best to wait till these completely cool, because then they kind of just come out a little bit without worry about breaking them, but they're a little slightly warm, so just be real careful. Okay, I don't remember if last time, if anybody remembers, the bread dough, I don't know if I put it in the bread machine or not, because it is really full and I still have to add a whole nother cup. So maybe I did not do it in here. I'm not really sure. So since the oven will be warm, I'm just gonna put it over on the oven when I leave and I'll cover it. So I'm just kneading in another cup of flour here, mixing it up, and then I'll just, when the rest of the bean donuts are done, I'll take those out and just set it covered over here by the oven, and then I'm sure it'll be risen up when I get home. Okay, I've got about 4 minutes, that's about it. So I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee, take the donuts out of the oven, and cover my bread. To cook for like 1 or 2 more minutes, but we gotta head out the door, so I'm just gonna shut the oven off and hope that they do good. Driving to take Brooklyn here. I actually prefer to drive this way. It's way more out in the country. As you can see, there's like barely traffic. I could go the other way. This is usually faster at this time of the day because there's traffic everywhere. There's people everywhere. And so one thing you notice, and I saw a lot of people complaining, if you want to move to Florida, is beware of where you're moving to, because they are putting in subdivisions like everywhere. If there's a piece of land, developers are picking it up and they are putting a whole new subdivision. But the problem is they're digging up these big plots, and they're supposed to be spraying down the dirt daily, because otherwise they start moving it, it's just like a big giant cloud of dust and dirt. And so today, I don't know, I think there's tornadoes way up like north of Florida here, and so the weather the next 2 days here is supposed to be extremely hot, which I'm like, it's still pretty hot right now, so I don't really know what excessive heat is. I guess we'll find out and see, but it seems very cloudy today, which this is not the normal for Florida at all. So I can definitely see that in the air, and you can just see the clouds of dirt all over out here. So like, it's definitely crazy, but I like this way. Like I said, there's a little bit of traffic, but not too bad. But you just see all the cows in the pasture, and it's kind of neat. They're all usually out in the morning, they're out in the pasture, and then by the time I go pick her back up, they're like all underneath the trees, because it's definitely very hot. For the icing here, the normal recipe is 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, 3 tablespoons of butter, a teaspoon of vanilla, a pinch of salt, and 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk. I kind of doubled it a little bit based on just, eyeballing it here, and then I'm going to leave it a little bit thicker. Sometimes I leave it thin and let all the excess drop off, but today I'm gonna do a little bit thicker so it stays on more. For the donuts, I'm going to dip them in the icing, and then I'm going to do a few, and then I'm going to put some sprinkles on. So these sprinkles, the girls had to get some for stuff that they were doing. So I picked up these pink ones for them that they wanted, and then I saw these other red, like I say, red, white, and blue, but there's like orange in there too, and some yellows in there. I thought those would be fun, so I'll put those on top. We'll mix it up, and I'll try a bunch of these different ones on top, the sprinkles, because they look fun. Doesn't sprinkles just make everything taste better? When the kids were little, we would have like a lot of bananas all the time, and sometimes it's like cut up bananas. So I started doing bananas and sprinkles a few times. So even to this day, I have a few kids that I'm like, ooh, I have sprinkles, you want some on your bananas? And they love it. So these are good. These are a little bit thicker, the icing, so it'll stand here, they'll drip a little bit, and I'll let them dry, then I'll put them in a container, but I'm sure a lot of them will get eaten up. So since my bread mold is only 5 of them, I don't know why the recipe is for 8, so I'm just gonna have to see how I do here. Maybe I'll do the 5 and just do it a little bit bigger. I can probably do that. So I'm just gonna punch down the dough, divide it up, and then kind of roll it into a log, and then I'll set it on the silicone liners, and then I will just wet it that way and just add some toppings. Not on all of it, because not everybody loves the seasoning. Now, not everybody loves the topping, so I just put a little bit of everything bagel seasoning on there and some garlic with parsley and Italian seasoning, and then I left 2, but I just put a little bit of salt on top. So then this is good. So I just divided this up. The one on the left is going to be a lot bigger, but you're supposed to let it triple in size. So this time I will actually let it rise for a while, because last time I had to hurry because I was heading out the door. So I'm going to just set this over here on my stove and cover it. Actually, my oven is pretty cooled down, but it's still got a little heat, so I'll just set it in there. For breakfast, I'm just gonna put some frozen bananas. They're pretty much thawed in a little bit of chocolate syrup that I made, and milk, and probably some ice to thicken it up, and we'll make some chocolate monkey milkshake. And I had some kale in the refrigerator. I'm going to use this up, so I just put this out, chopped it up. I'll make that into a salad for lunch today. Okay, let me take a break now. I've got breakfast done. There's leftovers for lunch. I'll go sit outside for a few minutes. I do like to give myself at least 15 minutes uninterrupted outside, just reading God's Word, even though it's like already the morning. I got to do right before school, but just taking that time to kind of reflect. And even though my day has already started, but just to, okay, get me ready for the rest of my day. Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. It is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. I've been filming a whole lot this morning without doing an intro, staying busy, getting things done. That's what happens when you're like, okay, I just got to get up early and get a few things accomplished. Then I'm like, I'll start my video later. So here I am. So it's been a good, productive morning. Yesterday I felt like it was a long day for some reason, but today I'm like, okay, I feel like I got up, got to swim, got to get outside, and then just be able to get like things lined up to make my day good. So we're gonna have a great day today. We're gonna continue with our day. Kids are doing chores, getting those things done, having their breakfast, and then we're gonna do our school stuff, get that all finished up for the day. And then we'll see what we end up doing for the afternoon. So I have some encouragement for you today. And this comes from Proverbs 16:3. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. And this reminds us to stay committed to your goals and dreams. Has God ever laid a dream on your heart? I know that God has in my heart a long time ago. I started seeing it kind of come to fruition a little bit, and then I feel like it kind of took a step, and I'm like, okay, was that just me? Was that not? what's going on here? And then I'm like, no, I got to stay committed to what God has shown me. Just continue to trust, work through those times, those different seasons of life, and know that what he says, he's going to do. So because remember that no matter what, with God's strength, you can overcome any obstacles and achieve that greatness that only comes from walking in the plan that God has for you in your life. And sometimes that's hard because we get thrown with situations all the time, financial situations, medical, situations, diseases, situations, relationship, things that come in our lives. And it's like, it can kind of throw you for a loop and you're like, okay, how is this even going to work out? But if you stay committed, keep working diligently each and every day and say, you know what, Lord, I trust you. I'm going to continue working even though I don't see anything, right? Don't go by feelings. Don't go by what you see. Just keep moving forward. That is my encouragement to you today. So we're going to have a great day. I'm going to go sit with the kids. We're going to get our school stuff done and continue onward. You guys ready? All right, let's keep moving. Let's go. Let's keep going. Okay, let's go. I smelled our oven and happened to look inside and look at our bread dough was getting really big. So I just, careful. I didn't realize that's moved back up. So I just turned that on to heat that up. I'm hungry. I'm hungry for an egg and avocado toast. So I'm going to make some. When your body's craving something, eat it. Okay, we're doing good getting our stuff done. I have to laugh because every time I come by here, I can only think about this little turtle right here. The kids and I, not a knick-knacky. I don't have many knickknacks. This is my mom's. These are just random things to put on the shelf. And then there's shells. But when we were, I say knick-knacky, but my house does have stuff on it. Obviously I do. But we were at the shell store here by the ocean. The kids and I were in there one day. And we're like, oh, that's so cute. Let's buy this. So I get this turtle thinking, oh, that's kind of fun. Symbolic of Florida, the turtles. And it's cute. It shells, all those things. We were watching a video when we were just went on vacation to Cherokee. And I laughed because I was filming one of the stores. And what did I see in one of the stores? This exact same turtle. So that was in the mountains of North Carolina. And it's also here in the beaches of Florida. So I know it's not made like a local thing, or I get it, they probably bought it from something made in China or whatever, but I had to laugh because I'm like, oh, that's very beachy but meanwhile they saw him in the mountains too. So it's all good. So my little turtle thought he was just for Florida, but he's not. He's for everywhere. All good. Okay, we're gonna finish up doing our reading or school. I'm laughing now. The kids are like, why is the house getting so dark? And I said, it's because it's getting cloudy. It's going to rain. So it's just funny because it doesn't rain here very much, but it's going to rain right now. We just got a notification. Severe thunderstorm right now. So I think it's here for the next hour. So I have to drive out in it, of course. So hopefully it'll water the grass, which is nice because you're only allowed to water. We have water restrictions here in Florida. So we are only allowed to water on Thursday and Sunday. And you can only do it either, I think, from midnight until noon, which we are set for 7 in the morning, and then they come on the sprinklers automatically, or you can do it later in the day. I think you get a couple hours then. So, but everything's a timer. You can't test it, you can't do anything. So we're working on our sprinklers any other day of the week. You can put it this way, go ahead. If you work on your sprinklers and you want to test them out, you can't test them to see if they work. So, but that's just the sprinkler system in the house. I mean, we can use your hose if you want to. You can't water your yard, obviously. So it's good. So it's just gonna pour rain right now. But we did our school, had a fun time, just laughing and having fun. Kids are goofy. They're just silly and goofy. Get our chores done. And then my bread, I think I went and we made too much ruckus and it flattened out. Yeah, I know last time it did a little bit, but not all of it. Look at it completely. So it was like a fail on the bread. I know it'll taste good. I went over to the oven. I was like, oh my goodness, it totally all flattened. So we're gonna make do with it. You know what? When life hands you lemons, you make lemonade. When life hands you flat bread dough that went on the side of the pan, you just figure out something with it. So we're gonna do that. So I have to leave actually right now and get Brooklyn, and then I'll come back and then I'll see if I can take these out of here, which I think I can, and cut them. And then I think we'll just do I think I like French bread pizzas. So I'm thinking to do one with pizza sauce, and they can do pepperoni and cheese, so I'm gonna make sure I have that. And then I've got fajita meat, doing maybe some with chicken on there. So I'm thinking like, what are you gonna do? But you know what though? My husband likes spaghetti on bread. Does anybody else eat, were you a kid who ate bread, like butter and spaghetti and made like a sandwich? I know we're not the only ones. So like, would that be good on some? I know it's not gonna be like a meal, obviously we're serving anybody, it's just our household. So I don't know, I might get very creative with our meals right now. So now, it looks like it's like partial on and off rain, so I might leave right now so that I'm not stuck in the rainstorm, which will be good. We're just finishing stuff up, kids grabbing some food and just doing good. We were gonna swim this afternoon, we'll probably wait till later because it's only gonna storm for like an hour. And then hopefully clear up and be nice. So we'll probably play a game. We've been trying to do some games and stuff and just do some group activities like that, which will be nice. So let me go grab Brooklyn and then I will be back. Okay, we're shutting off lights to conserve power. When you film, you leave your lights on because obviously your house is a lot brighter, but I'm like, Greg's like, we can shut the windows and it would conserve energy. And I'm like, yeah, but I gotta film, so that doesn't work for filming. What does it mean when you need a coffee in the afternoon? It means you're tired today. I don't know why. Oh, maybe the 5:30. No, I got up at 4:30 today. That's probably why. Maybe it's not gonna rain. It looked like it rained for a second and then it stopped. So I don't even know. All right, we gotta go get Brooklyn here. She's gonna be like, Mom, I bet you I get a text message that says, don't forget to leave. Let's see. Let's see, because it's 12:12. Let's see. Oh, usually I get a text message. No, I did not. Shock. Okay, I switched out from my orange purse. Let's go. Oh, look what else I got. I think it's Deidre. Is it Deidre? I'm the name. I'm trying to remember the name. Someone told me. You commented on my stuff. So a couple of people told me about this. I'm going to see if that works. We have, our windows are up really high, obviously, on the second floor. And we have to actually we tried standing on the ladder before and hosing it. It did not work. I even took a brush and scrubbed it. It did not work. So the mold grows really well on this side of the house because, you know, it doesn't see the bright sunshine. So the top ones need to really bad. So I'm hoping that stuff will work. Okay, let's grab our shoes and grab Brooklyn. It's like looks a little stormy. Thank goodness not right now. Okay, my car got wet, so it rained for like a second. Okay, let's go get her. All right, we're gonna play some family game time, I think. Oh, Maxine's over there. Maxine's like, oh, you coming for me? Hello. They opted for, where's the game? Where is, do we still have Sorry?
Oh, Sorry's a 4-player game.
Okay, we're playing Clue. We must not have Sorry. Scarlet, Dagger, Conservatory. Jensen, do you have Scarlet, Dagger, or Conservatory? All right, I'm taking a guess.
And if it's wrong,
I'm trying to guess. She thinks she knows the answer. She is, all right.
Story.
Scarlet, Dagger in the kitchen. We're gonna play a version, we're gonna play this. This game is really good. The original game, What Do You Meme, is not very appropriate for family, but this is appropriate for family. You see the dog? It's very appropriate. So this one is good. My kids like this. I'm not into memes, but they are, so it's funny. I don't usually do very good at this game. Kids do. That would be the age. These are my cards.
and you each have to, you always have to have 7 cards in your deck.
20.
I don't even know this.
Okay,
Kids think these are funny. When do you get a brain freeze from eating ice cream too fast?
Read all the cards because, you know.
Would like this be good? Oh, brain freeze like this guy? Let's play the game. Let's see if it wins.
Hold on. No, you can't look at it.
Brain freeze.
You know that's mine.
Okay, brain freeze. I'm gonna choose this one. Would it be this one?
No, you can't.
Okay, let's put that one and see if that wins. Let's see if my natural instinct works. What's your answer? Which one is the
Grandma with money because that's gonna be me in the future.
Yes! When your favorite fruit is fruit roll-ups.
When your favorite food is math roll-ups.
Oh, fruit roll-ups. Oh, this one. When your favorite fruit is fruit roll-ups. The grandpa excited? Oh, he looks kind of happy with his little cup.
Looks like a fish shape.
It looks like
A kitty cat?
Yeah, it looks like a
Sad face. Me! When you accidentally bite into a rotten spot on an apple. So everybody puts their cards in, and then you flip them up. So when you accidentally bite into the rotten spot on an apple, ready? Ooh, that sad face? Or disappointment? Oh, or the dog eyeballs? Or he's calling getting a new one. Okay, so the one of biting, what do you do? The rotten spot of the apple, you'd be more in shock. Who's this one?
Yay!
Jensen, when you find out you're having meatloaf for dinner, because I know you guys love meatloaf, one the kids choose. Nobody likes meatloaf. I love meatloaf.
I like meatloaf.
Okay, they mix around, so I don't know who did it. Okay, you ready? Find out you're having meatloaf for dinner. Ready? Ooh. I feel like that's the winner right away. But let me see. Crying. Oh, he's like eating. No! I'm going to say the girl.
No!
Who was it?
Jetsy.
Jensen, good job. When you realize that you really do need to clean your belly button. Here we go.
Your belly button.
This one. Oh, looking sad. Sadness.
Maddie, I personally like the
Or you. I think that's going to be a winner.
very salty.
Sad. I'm going to say the you face.
No!
Autumn. Did Autumn win? Autumn won. All right, so we have just been playing games for about an hour. I don't know what it is, something up in that room that we were in. I got so stuffy and like couldn't stop sneezing. I'm like, what is in here that is making me sneeze? Which is, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't usually spend a lot of time in that room, but whatever it was like, I'm stuffy, so I just took an Alka-Seltzer. Hopefully it'll clear me up here. I'm like thinking, it's 2 o'clock right now. It's 2:30 right now. I'm going to have to run Brooklyn to her second job here. I haven't really done a whole lot for dinner. The sub buns were supposed to be a lot fluffier, and so I talked to Greg, and I'm like, I don't even know. I'm like, do I just make them into subs? What do I do? And he goes, make them into French bread. He goes, that'll be fine with just pepperoni and cheese. So I'm like, I think I'm just gonna keep it easy and do that. I'm like, you know what? That's good enough here. So what I'm gonna do real fast, I wanna get the pool going. We had a lot of swimming after the beach, and so we're gonna definitely wanna rinse our filter off to get all the yuck, because we had a lot of excess of swim in there, and rinse it off, get it going, and then we run it more at night. We usually run it during the day, but we were reading and they said it's better to let your chlorine generator run more at night than the daytime, because when you run it during the day, it just kind of goes right out into the sun, it makes the chlorine go away. So it's better at night to leave it on. I don't know, that's what they said, so who knows. But I'm gonna get the filter, rinse it off, and then I'm sure it's green, and then we'll put it back in, turn on, get it going, so we can have the pool running for the rest of the day. Kids are in getting snacks, eating, that kind of stuff. I'll go in, I'll see what time it is. I don't know, I might do some soup. I'm gonna do cabbage vegetable soup with the pizza. Whatever. It's one of those like Mod Podge throw things together day. I think it's a day like you'd want to pull out chicken and mac and cheese, I feel like today, and that's quite all right. Whatever you're feeling for your day. So let me go get my filter. Okay, I decided I gotta make something for dinner in here that's, worthwhile to eat besides just the bread and pizza. But I'm thinking I've got this cabbage head in here from my last shopping trip, and so I got all new ones, so I need to use it up. So I'm going to cut it up, throw it in a pot. We're gonna put some water in there. I'm gonna put some frozen mixed vegetables in there and put some chicken bouillon and diced tomatoes. That's it. I might put some garlic in it, some spices. It's easy. This is a really simple soup. It's so easy. We love it this way. It's like the easiest cabbage vegetable soup, hearty cabbage vegetable soup. It's in my cookbook. So I'm going to put that together and get that rolling before I head out the door here and drop Brooklyn off, and then I'll have something made. Since I've got a few more minutes here, I'm going to start making a little bit more pizza sauce. I had a little bit container in the refrigerator, but I'm going to open up 2 tomato sauce, you know, after I spilled on the counter. Put that in here, and then the back of the little sauce that I got, it tells me what's in it. It's garlic, and it's tomatoes, it's sugar, and it is, they didn't say they have any Italian seasoning, which I thought was interesting, but I'm adding that in here, and onion, it was in it too. So I'm going to put this on here, heat up on the stove, because this will be a sauce base for our little French bread pizzas. Let's see how our bread turned out. Like I said, I know I was, oh, that just popped right out. Look at that. Yeah, it's flat. That was, I feel like that was my doing. It smells really good, but I know it's not good. It's not good, so I'm gonna try to, it does come right out of the mold, which is nice. Let me show you. It does come right out, but look at, it's flat. I know. Right there. Right there, and then look at this one. This was, I mean, what did I do there? It's all good. So we're gonna make something out of these. I feel like if I take them and cut them in half, put them flat, and then I'll do pizza sauce. I'll get some mozzarella cheese on there, pepperoni, call it a good pizza. I do have some Alfredo sauce, so I'll do some of that with orange cheese. I'll even do some with butter and garlic and make like a buttery garlic bread, basically Parmesan cheese. That'd be really good. You gotta do what you gotta do when you fail at things. I mean, it's not a fail, you can still use it, but when it's not like huge and awesome, you just gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm gonna cut these in half. I think I got another big pan in here. So I still got some time before I gotta take Brooklyn. When I get back, I'm like, do I go in the pool for a minute, a little bit? I might go in the pool for a little bit if the sun stays out, we'll see. Let's cut the bread first. So the bread tastes really good. So like I just took this piece and was eating it. It's really good. So the recipe is delicious. Just let it rise better, and then be careful to let your kids be all crazy by it. So I will just put sauce on this. It should be done. I'm gonna probably look at my clock. I got a few more minutes. I'm trying to do as much as I can do it before I head out the door here, and then I'll be back. And then, like I said, I'm not sure if do I go in the pool for a little bit, or do I start working and get working done early? Do you suck up the sunshine, or do you get work done? It's like a real hard decision. So we'll see. All right, I'm gonna grab my glass of water and take Brooklyn to work, and then I'll come back and we'll see what else we'll do. Okay, so I got back from Brooklyn. I have to tell you, these are so, does anybody love macadamia nuts? I do. Like, I know you can have white chocolate chips with macadamia nuts. I don't really love those. They're okay. They're okay, mind you, but not like, oh, I love those cookies. But just macadamia nuts by themselves, so good. I remember having them. My mom would get a little glass jar, the same brand, little tiny jar. It used to be so expensive. And so Greg got me these ones, and he got onion and garlic. And I'm like, is the flavored one's gonna be good? Oh, these are so, so delicious. I was gonna put these on my salad, but I did not get today, but that's okay. I'll have it for dinner tonight. Soup is boiling away. I'm just gonna turn it down. The bread is all cut. I will make pizzas in a little bit. I think I was gonna go out in the pool, and I feel like I should, but I feel like going upstairs and working is probably gonna be the best because I did a lot of running today. I was thinking tomorrow I don't have to, but yeah, tomorrow I do. Tomorrow we have dentist, so I won't have to run as much, just the dentist. And so I'm thinking that will probably be a little bit better too. Maybe chill in the pool for a little bit in the afternoon. Get my daily dose of vitamin D, you know what I mean? So it's funny, back in Michigan, I remember back in the day, I was telling my kids, because I love sun, I love being in the sun. And back in the day, I remember like when the doctor was getting my blood work done, he's like, wow, you're really low on vitamin D. And I'm like, yeah, because I could never get outside with my kids because I had so many little ones. And we had a pond, we had the road. So taking all the kids, because I had 10, and they're all little. So taking them outside was more of a dangerous thing because a safety issue, you know. So we play in the house. Greg got home, we would go outside, or on the weekends we'd play outside, but take them all by myself, no, it's just not a safe thing to do. So I'm like, yeah, I never get outside. So whenever I take laundry out, I'd be like, okay, there's sunshine, let me feel it on my face, or stepping out the back porch. But I'm like, now I'm adding all the years that I never got to go outside. So it's good. So instead of going out and doing that, which I really want to do, I'm going to choose to go upstairs. I'm going to set my timer for exactly an hour. It's 3:45 to about 4:45. And then I'll come back down and I'll make these pizzas and throw them in the oven. I think I'll be able to make a good dinner out of the bread, even though it wasn't super fluffy. So I've been upstairs editing, gave myself about an hour and 5 extra minutes. Now it's like 5 minutes to 5. So Greg gets home about 10 after, so I'm in a hurry up here. I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm slacking. I haven't slacked. I made dinner last night, but I just feel like tonight was a little bit rushed. I'm gonna put some sauce on here, fill it with pepperoni and cheese, and do some with the Alfredo sauce as well. Okay, everything looks great for doing the pizzas. I think those are gonna be really good. I got the pepperoni and cheese, and then I did a Daiya cheese one for Jensen, and I had Alfredo in the refrigerator, cheese, and I had like a tiny bowl of chicken like that they did Sunday or Saturday night. Chop that up, put that on there. That'll be good. And then the other one, I put like a butter and garlic and Italian seasoning. That'll be good, like dipped in for like salad here I'm gonna have, and the veggie soup, which looks really good. Let me show you that. This looks really good right here. That's right there. So I'm gonna mix up my salad here. I just need a bigger bowl, hold on. Need a bigger bowl right here. So I'm gonna take this and put in Parmesan cheese. Let's do the rest. Let's just do the rest. And cranberries. I'm gonna put the rest. This will be really good, and I will put some of the macadamia nuts in there. I'm not going to put those in here because I won't lose any because they're expensive and delicious. This I'll have for dinner with the soup, maybe a little piece of garlic bread, and this is what dinner looks like right here. I think this was really delicious. It's something different. It was part of like making those sub buns, and I really had other aspirations for them, and they didn't just turn out like I anticipated. So that's okay. You know what? Sometimes it happens. You just got to do something a little bit different. The rest of my night is going to be going back upstairs to edit. Probably another hour worth of editing tonight, and then I'll be finished. It's awful windy. Can you hear Grandma's wind chimes? They're really blowing up there. And then after I'm finished editing, I'm gonna go swim in the pool. It's out there tonight and enjoy a little bit of relaxing in the pool. So I thank you for watching and come along for our day and the things that we did. And you know what? Tomorrow's gonna be another day and we'll do some more stuff. So I'll come back tomorrow. All right, have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.